The Eurasian eagle owl is one of the largest types of owl in the world, and certainly the most powerful, even more powerful than the powerful owl, which is a species native to a small area of eastern Australia, but I'll come to that in a different video. This is Henrietta. She hatched in 2002, and at the time of filming this video, she is now 22 years old. And in captive care, these owls can live much longer, possibly up to 50 or even 60 years old. It's a species native to mainland Europe and Asia, quite widespread, and there are a small number of these in the UK as well. In fact, the last 10 years or so, we've seen a small increase with possibly 30 or 40 pairs, but they're still not considered a native species of owl in the UK. It's very easy to distinguish the difference between the male and the female when you compare them together, as the female is considerably bigger than the male, which is very true in most birds of prey. The male would weigh somewhere around 4 pounds, whereas a female is more likely to weigh 6 to 7 pounds. Some Eurasian eagle owls have actually been recorded at over 10 pounds in weight, with a wingspan of over 6 feet. The Latin is bubo, the bubo being the genus that they are in, and the largest of that group, which includes other birds such as the great horned owl and the snowy owl. Some owls have these ear tufts on their head, which you could call eyebrows or horns. They're nothing to do with their hearing, but are there to help communicate with other owls that have those ear tufts, and they can work as a warning system. The eagle owl has these beautiful, rich, amber-coloured eyes, which are fixed into position and don't move inside the skull, and this is why owls rotate their head around. You'll often see an eagle owl like Henry here rotating her head to a maximum of 270 degrees. That's a good 180 degrees right now. This is due to the fact they have a cone-shaped eye, which is excellent for zooming in on things further away. Their long distance vision is pretty good, whereas it is blurry close up, and they do see in black and white. But being an owl, they will use their hearing a great deal to find their prey. A Eurasian eagle owl would use a combination of hearing and eyesight to find prey, and they are predominantly a still hunter. This is where they will sit on the branch of a tree or some other perch with a good viewpoint and wait for something tasty to appear. And they do hunt various different animals, including different birds like crow, pigeon and buzzards on occasion, and lots of different mammals like rats and rabbits. But of course the eagle owl has these large feet with these very sharp and powerful talons, and it's the grip that they possess that they use to catch their prey, often crushing the skull, aiming for the head for a quick kill of their prey. Now, the world's strongest man could squeeze about 50 pounds of pressure in his grip, but these owls can squeeze well over 300 pounds per square inch of pressure. That's more powerful than the bite of a tiger shark. So the dispatching skill is all in the grip of the feet of the eagle owl, which is what makes them such an incredibly powerful predator. As a result of having that power in their feet, they have been known on some occasions to catch wolves, fox, and even roe deer. Like most birds, the eagle owl will reproduce in the spring and the summer, laying 2 to 3 eggs, incubating them for about 4 weeks before they hatch, and the eagle owls grow quite quickly but don't fly very, very young like some owls can. They don't actually start flying until they're about 7 or 8 weeks old, and by 12 weeks old are pretty much fully fledged and hunting on their own. The Eurasian eagle owl is most commonly populated around northern areas, and they have got lots of layers of feathers and even furry feet to help keep them warm in those colder climates. When it comes to spotting an eagle owl in the UK, it is a very distinctive bird because of its size. A smaller version of this may look like a long-eared owl, which you tend to find where there are lots of conifer trees and evergreens like that usually. Now, I have a general rule that I tell people when it comes to an eagle owl. If you spot an eagle owl while hiking in the wilderness of the Yorkshire countryside, for example, then you quite possibly have spotted a genuine wild eagle owl. If, however, you spot one on your friend's garage roof, then it's most likely an escaped bird. Which brings me on to eagle owls used in falconry. For a number of decades now, people have been using eagle owls like this and other species like the Bengal eagle owl and the African spotted eagle owl to fly in shows, flying demos at bird of prey centres and at mobile events as well, like the work that we do here at Owl Adventures. And they are quite a good bird for that work because they're nice and big, they look great on display, and they're generally not too complicated or difficult to train. They are a little bit more versatile than some owl species can be, and generally a little bit more reliable. Doesn't stop them, however, being lazy on occasion and sometimes sitting in a tree for many hours. The Eurasian eagle owl is currently classed as least concern. However, we do believe their numbers are on the decline, like many large predators are, unfortunately. These owls usually pair up and mate for life, and they are quite territorial, often living in one particular area, no larger really than about 100 metres squared, where there's plenty of prey for them to catch, and they'll only really move if prey becomes scarce or something else perhaps moves them on, like construction of a building or any other issue that may cause them problems. Owls don't build nests, instead they usually go for tree hollows, but you'd have to have a very large tree hollow to fit an eagle owl in. They will sometimes make themselves a home in the large open crevices of trees, and sometimes they'll scrape into the ground if they're in a dense area of bushes and trees and shrubbery as well. Personally, I love having an eagle owl in the team here at Owl Adventures. Great for handling, but also great for flying shows and even running around on the floor, which they do with quite a unique style, I'm sure you'll agree.